Hello a chroeso, hello and welcome. Today we are going to talk about the smash hit video game Valheim, and we're going to have a look at just how historically accurate it is. So we're going to have to get a couple of things straight right off the bat. Firstly, this is a fantasy game set in a new realm. So there are 9 realms in Norse mythology. There's 9 realms in Norse mythology. Things like Jotunheim, Asgard, Nidavellir, places like that. Valheim is a 10th realm. So going straight in, we already know that this is a game set in a brand new realm that has been effectively made up, especially for this game, which I personally think is really cool. I think that's really creative. The second thing we're going to have to get out of the way is this is not meant to be our world. This is Valheim. This is a brand new world, so the creators can absolutely put whatever the hell they want in there, and we're not allowed to judge. The things we're going to be looking at are how much of the material culture reflects the Viking Age. This is still meant to be the Viking Age, so we're going to look at how much of the material culture, tools, buildings, equipment, what have you, reflect what a Viking, what a Norseman would have been able to see in early medieval Europe. We're also going to have a look at some of the things that are a little bit tropier, that have been included for artistic merit rather than because they're historically accurate. So let's rock and roll and see what we can do. Now, I love this game. Full disclosure, I think this is a fantastic game. It's effectively Viking Minecraft, which is great because before I was playing Valheim, I was addicted to Minecraft, and now I'm addicted to this, so that makes a nice change of pace. Right. Regarding characters, I did have a character called Big Terry. Big Terry was amazing. I had Big Terry leveled up, he was great. Big Terry died miles away from where I wanted to show you stuff about this game, so we can't play as Big Terry. Muscular Alan, on the other hand, absolutely is where we want to be, so we're going to play as Muscular Alan, who is a very serious character, as you can tell from the name. So, when you start a new game on Valheim, you are brought into the world by Hugin, one of Odin's ravens, Hugin and Munin. Obviously, in reality, as it were, in Norse mythology, you are taken up by, if you're slain in battle, and this is what's meant to be happening here, we're meant to be a warrior who's died in battle, you're taken by a Valkyrie, and you're then taken up to Asgard, and you'll either go to Freya's realm in Asgard, which is a meadow, or you'll go to Odin's realm in Asgard, which is Valhalla. Here, we are dropped into a stone circle, and Hugin will then pop by every now and then and give us useful and highly annoying tooltips. Thankfully, you can punch him out of the way. So we'll just punch him out of the way. So the first thing that you see when you land in this world is this. So this is Vegvisir. It is an Icelandic magical stave. It isn't Viking. There's one that's lit up. So it isn't Viking Age. This actually, the earliest we have evidence for this is from 1600, from the Galdra and if you looked at my video on the Helm of Or, the Aegishjálmur, you'll know that we actually don't have any Viking Age evidence for this at all. It looks badass. It looks really cool. I wish we did have evidence for it, because I think it looks amazing, and I think it looks really cool drawn on a shield, but the source we have for this specifically refers to this as a piece of Christian magic, and a slightly later instruction book tells you that it only works if you believe in Jesus. However, surrounding it is a stone circle, and we know that the Norse had sacred groves, sacred areas, where they would practice their religion and make sacrifices and that sort of thing. So this is pretty nice, this is good. We're in a very atmospheric forest. Lots of deciduous trees around us, which is nice. We've also got some conifers. That's fine, as far as I'm aware. I'm not an arborist. So where did I die last time? I died up there. This is genuinely like Minecraft. If you've played Minecraft, you know that when you die, all your stuff vanishes and you have to work your way back to it. So I need to work my way back to where Muscular Alan was last brutally murdered. So the general idea behind this is Odin wants us to prove ourselves before we're allowed into Valhalla. Obviously, in real-life Norse mythology, all you have to do to get to Valhalla is die in battle. That's it. You have to be slain in battle. You might go to Valhalla, you might go over to whatever Freya's meadow is called. Editing Jimmy will put it in, I'm sure. And you get to spend your life either drinking and carousing in a hall or chilling out in a field. Either one of which would be absolutely fine by me. As a reenactor, I'm used to doing both quite regularly. Here we go. So we're coming up to my homestead. And straight off the bat, we've got a location between a river here, a stream, and there's somebody's trying to... No! Oh god, no! He's trying to break my house. Oh god, no. No, I'm sorry, excuse me. There's a mythical creature trying to destroy my house. Get out of here. Go away. Oh no. Muscular Allen, quick, get yourself back. Okay, good. I got my head. So, there's a mythical goblin-esque dwarf creature trying to destroy my home, which isn't ideal, I must say. Thankfully, I have some great buffs having just died, which means that it's really difficult to kill me, because my health will regenerate really fast. But, as I'm battering the crap out of this grey dwarf, note that the building that we start with, really, being able to build, is a post and timber built. Oh my god, oh god. Okay, give me a second to kill this thing. This is not going well. Do I still have corpse run? I still have corpse run, that's fine. Okay, he's nearly dead, he's nearly dead. As am I. Oh, it's going to be a fight to the finish. Oh, okay. Okay, so where were we? So, the location that I've picked for my little homestead here is as accurate a location as I can manage. It's on the coast here, so we've got a little strait of water there. We've got a river on one side, which is quite a Viking location. It's very similar to places like Dublin and York, where we have a confluence of rivers, and Dublin, of course, is on the coast as well. Swansea on the coast with a confluence of rivers. So I've tried my best to give us a fairly accurate little spot to pick. Oh, there's a deer over there. The two main wildlife you see here are deer and wild boar, both of which were very common, obviously, in early medieval Europe. Wild boar, unfortunately, not as common these days, which is a shame, because they're lovely creatures. Has he wrecked anything important? No, he hasn't. So let's start with what we can see outside. We've got campfires. Campfire is a campfire is a campfire. We've got beehives. We know that bees were kept. Is this what they would have looked like? A little thatched tower with a large hole on one side and sort of timber structure? Probably not. They probably were not thatched to begin with. They probably just had little clapboard roofs. Moving on, we have our cauldron. And this is actually something that really pleased me when I saw this, when you can craft a cauldron. It comes out looking like this, and it is an iron cauldron. It looks like iron cauldron on a tripod with a chain. And we have cauldrons that look like this from the Viking Age. We have them from the pre-Viking Age. The Sutton Hoo burial includes a suspension chain, and I think it has a cooking tripod in it as well. Next to that, we've got a fermenter for making mead, and it's fine. It's a big barrel with a hole at the bottom. We know that they had banded barrels. The Oseberg ship has massive barrels that we think were actually used for beer. So this is really, really nice. It's a lovely little crafting collection of things. Oh, he's broken one of my cauldrons. That's what he's done. Oh, well, never mind. So moving around the outside again, we have resin torches. We're not sure about that. They were probably collecting resin and using it for various things, but the first sort of Viking-looking piece of furniture that you can build is these chests, and they've got that kind of trapezoidal shape that we see from Viking Age chests. I think the Mastermere chest has that sort of a shape. We've got handles on the ends, absolutely fine. Nice hinged lid. And then a weird handle at the front for some reason. I'm not sure why that's there, but, you know, whatever. Timber built. We've got another little quenching barrel here. Again, wooden barrel, stave built barrel with metal bands. Perfectly acceptable. And then these little anvils for your forge. So you have to craft things. You have to build stuff in Valheim. It's just like Minecraft, where you have to do things like get your hammer out, and then you can craft, you know, all sorts of things, carts, boats, furniture, building components, etc. And the anvil is an upgrade for your forge. And these tiny little anvils are spot on. They are spot on. These are what some of the early medieval Viking Age anvils look like. In fact, I believe we've got some of these from York. And they're lovely. It's just a lovely little artifact that's done really, really well. The forge itself is actually not too far off the size of a Viking forge. We have Viking forges. They're a bit bigger than this. They're not in wooden shacks. They tend to be in either sort of purpose-built buildings, or they're sort of made as just a standalone forge. We've got hammers and tongs. We've got a pair of bellows that we know we used in the Viking Age. And a wooden bench, which is... yeah, I guess. Probably don't put the forge on the wooden bench like this. Probably have the forge at ground level, and you would construct it with clay and stone, but not really like this. But the individual bits of this, pretty good. Around the corner is the crafting table and a dirty great raven. It's just covered in bits of stone and wood, so no real effort made to put Viking Age tools on there, which is a bit of a shame, but fine. They're both trestle tables. They were probably using trestle tables. I'm not sure if we actually have any, but behind us is the main feature, which is the smelter. So Viking Age smelting, much like Valheim smelting, involved running around collecting raw ore. I do not have any raw ore, but I have some refined metals to make things like iron. We make bronze to start with. So we start in the Neolithic, we start in the Stone Age making stone axes and stone tools. Then we move on to the Bronze Age. We create bronze by smelting tin and copper and whacking them together at the forge, effectively. Which is fine. They were using bronze, they were smelting it. Probably not in smelters that looked like this. This is... you can see right through it. Woohoo! Very much a kind of mishmash, fantasy, industrial, oldie-worldy looking thing that seems to have been carved out of a single lump of rock. Actual Viking Age smelters, almost certainly a lot smaller than this. Again, probably clay or maybe stone built with clay around it, using a bellows to get it nice and hot. We fill it with charcoal from our charcoal burners that are here. Anybody here watching who's made charcoal knows that that's not really what a charcoal burner looks like. I mean, the shape's not bad, but it seems to be mortared stone, which is a choice. It's a choice, but for this level of industry, and for this period, I'd be expecting something not this formally built. I'd be expecting something a little bit more like this, which is fine. That's fine. So, moving away from the industrial area, let's go and have a look at my little house. Now, my little house is a timber and post construction, thatch-roofed, rectilinear structure. And that is pretty much what I would expect to see in a Viking Age building. I mean, it's fine. Repair the end of the wall a little bit there. The big idiosyncratic Viking building feature is these gable ends that cross over. The gables cross. In Valheim, that is actually an individual piece. That's not really how it worked. It worked with two pieces, two longer pieces, the length of the roof, the width of the roof, that cross over, that meet in the middle. They're often decorated. They seem to have been something that the Vikings loved to decorate with carvings and paint and that sort of thing. In Valheim, we can put a dragon ornament on our house, which is kind of gross. It's not really... I don't really think that's based off much, but there we go. But an effort has been made, so obviously that should be two pieces rather than 1, 2, 3 pieces. But there we go, that's fine. Thatched roof. Yeah, we think they were using thatch. They were also using turf, just a turf-built roof. And then the wooden walls. Yep, timber-built walls are fine. Wattle and daub also, and turf building were used in the Viking Age. Wipe your feet as you come in. We've got another nice chest there. These chairs are, as far as we know, not Viking Age. They're really popular with reenactors. There's no evidence that this was a style of chair used by the Vikings, as far as I'm aware. If anybody has any sources for them, please let me know. So what have we got in here? We've got a hearth in the centre. I'm on fire. I am on fire. I am on fire. Oh god, I'm on fire. Hugin, help me, I'm on fire. Okay, there we go. Get off my bed. Get off my bed. It's not for you. So we've got a hearth in the centre of the house, which is perfectly standard in a long house. I would have liked to see the sort of bowed roof as an option that you see on a lot of illustrations of long houses from the Viking Age. We have had to build a clerestory or a clerestory here, sort of a little raised vertical bit above the roof with another roof on top of it, and a gap to let the smoke out. You can see gaps sometimes in Viking Age and earlier dwellings to let the smoke out. In rainier climates, you might want something like this, like a little sort of additional roof with vents to the side instead of a chimney. Proper formal flued chimneys aren't really something that we see very much of in Viking structures. We've got a nice banner on the wall. This is me trying to do a tapestries and wall hangings, like the ones we find in the Oseberg ship burial. Absolutely a thing for the Vikings in the Viking Age, and the later medieval period as well. This doesn't really look like a Viking Age tapestry. As far as we know, they were generally longer, more intricately woven and decorated. This is just a sort of tip of the hat, a little nod to that as an aspect. The bed is very, very plain, very, very simple. We know that they were making fabulous beds. Again, the Oseberg ship burial is something that I'm going to talk about a lot, because there's a bed there, there's chests there, there's a cart there, there's a ship, there's all sorts of amazing stuff. So they were making properly nice, highly decorated beds. They loved decorating wooden things. We've got a little trestle stool there, whatever, it's a trestle stool, it's fine. Close the door. Don't want Hugin coming out following me. So, oh no, that's fine. We've got our defences and our access to the sea next. Our defence is basically a palisade wall. We know that they were using palisades. The Llangors Cranog has the remains of a palisade that's been dug up next to the Cranog itself. Ideally, I'd have liked to have constructed this by taking earth from in front to make a ditch, moving the earth behind where we put the palisade wall to create an embankment. What do you mean there's a foul smell from the swamp? What are you talking about? What is going on? Oh god, no. Oh god, no. Oh god, no. No, please, not like this. Please, I'm doing a guided tour. I am doing a guided... I'm going to die. I'm going to die. I'm absolutely going to... I died. That went well. That went really well. I just wanted to talk to you about my ship. I'm sad. I'm sad now. It's cool, we've respawned. Anyway, so we've respawned there. You can see that a little bit clearer there. This isn't something from the Viking Age, but it's very pretty. So, a foul smell from the swamp. I don't care. What I'm going to do now is... I'm going to stop playing Valheim for a minute. I'm actually addicted to this game, and I have to make sure to talk to you. Otherwise, I'll forget that I'm doing a review. So, some of the stuff in this game that I am genuinely impressed with is the atmosphere and the boats. So as you could see from what we just looked at, the atmosphere in this game is absolutely incredible. It looks fantastic. You have things like the Northern Lights, you have wonderful weather conditions, you have amazing sunsets and dawn sequences. Sailing an authentic looking Viking boat like this in the fog with Yggdrasil in the background, this shows a real sensitivity for the aesthetic that they were going for an early medieval mystical Viking aesthetic. I like to think that if a Viking were playing this video game, he would love what they've done with it. The boats look astonishing. Take a look at these illustrations from the Viking Age of boats, and then have a look at the boat that we're in right now. Okay, some of the other stuff like the armour is complete fantasy. The burial chambers that you go into as the dungeons are complete fantasy, but they're full of Harryhausen-style skeletons wielding bronze swords, so who cares? The boats are astonishingly good. The line of the boat, the sail shape, the mast, the proportions, it all looks really, really good. And the fact that they are built using nails, they are constructed with nails, iron or bronze nails, just like Viking Age ships were, it's just lovely. It really, truly is lovely. So the one aspect of this game that I would say is outstandingly well done is the Viking ships, the longboats, the calves, and the drakars that you sail are spot on. I don't like that the trolls have weird dead staring eyes and strange blue bums. I don't like that they don't cover their arse. That's weird to me. But the boats, guys. If anybody from Valheim ever watches this video, you crushed the ships in this game. The Viking ships are exactly the shape I was hoping they'd be. They look amazing. They genuinely look amazing. The things that I don't like, you do a lot with leather, which is very, very tropey. Whereas I'd like to see more done with fabric. I'd like it if you could build, the first thing that you can build is a loom so that you can make clothing. And sails. Viking Age sails were made of wool or hemp. We know that they were. And they were probably made by women. So, again, as in my women's video, they were hugely important for Viking Age exploration and navigation. I'd love to see some of that. The idea that this is a brand new Norse realm where you have to fight mythical, demonic creatures to please Odin and get into Valhalla is awesome. That's an awesome idea. The gameplay is superb, but I'm not, Markiplier. I'm not going to do my best Jacksepticeye impression. Oh no! My coffee! Bananas! Please don't tell Jacksepticeye I did that. So I think, overall, this is a fantastic game. And I, as a proud Viking Age nerd and reenactor, am absolutely effing addicted to this game. So I heartily recommend that you play it. Phrase of the week. I think an appropriate phrase for this week, because this is going out in March, and I'm currently looking at a lovely sunny Edinburgh with blue skies, and I'm just starting to do some work in my garden. I'm going to plant some Viking Age and medieval plants in the garden. Hopefully we'll get some dye plants in there so I can do some natural dyeing with my own plants. Is going to be Mae Gwanwyn wedi cyrraedd. Mae Gwanwyn wedi cyrraedd. Spring has arrived. Spring has sprung, guys. So stay optimistic. This year's only going to get better, hopefully, so far. Touch wood. As much wood as possible. And I am so proud of all you guys who are sticking with all the projects that you're doing. You're sharing some amazing projects with me on Instagram and through the Patreon. So thank you so much for all of those lovely messages telling me all of the crafting and all of the great stuff that you're doing. It's really inspiring me to keep on with my crafting as well. So please do keep sharing all of your projects. If you guys have something about this game that you love, if you guys have something about this game that you hate, apart from the fact that you will die all the time, please do share them in the comments because, like I say, I freaking love this game. So good. My congratulations to all of the game developers and the development team. Diolch yn fawr unwaith eto am wylio. Thank you once again for watching. Please feel free to chip me a couple of quid to the coffee fund or follow the old Patreon if you'd like to. And tan tro nesa, till the next time. Hwyl am y tro. Bye for now. I might post some in-depth stuff on the Patreon feed. I don't know if that would appeal to people. Patreon people, let me know if that would appeal to you. If it would, then great. I will put video game stuff. Maybe I should do it on Twitch is a thing, isn't it? Maybe I could do a Twitch thing. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Let me know in the comments if you think that sort of content would be appealing and good for you guys. I do it for you. I do it all for you. I do it all for you, boys and girls. And those of you who identify as neither, obviously. It's coffee today, not tea. I know. It's camp coffee, though, so it's on brand.